What was the inspiration behind this joint right here?
I wish I had like a good answer for that to where it was like preemptive and it was like thought
Hmm.
about and all that sort of good stuff. Honestly, that song came about. I woke up in the middle of the night one night and just started writing some lyrics. And then
Mm,
like it's one of the first songs I ever wrote like one sitting, you know what I'm saying? To where everything was just flowing.
right.
Probably because I had so much like personal life shit that I was talking about. So it was just easy for me to like
Definitely.
keep writing shit down. So I wouldn't say that there was like a real inspiration. It was just more so like I really just want to vent on like my life and what I've been going through in the last, couple years. So that's really what it came from.
Okay, got you. Like my whole perspective on the song, like, is an extremely deep song, and the song honestly, it gave me goosebumps, like no cap, like not even bullshitting. And it seemed like you were just venting on the song about what you were going through that at that time, and like even though you did pretty much name the song "Note to Self," it also seemed like you were making a letter to your family, friends. Because I know you talk about your older brother, your little brother, your mom.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my perspective on it, man. It's a hella dope song.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And yeah, it definitely is aspects of it to where like you never know what can happen. So like I definitely wanted to have something where it was like it's kind of like, we don't always tell the people that we're close with how we feel about them until it's too late, sort of thing.
Facts.
So I wanted to get as much of like, the people that have influenced me on a song and just kind of it is a note to self as a reminder to me to like give people their flowers when they're
Definitely.
due. But it definitely is dedicated to a lot of people.
Okay, definitely, man. All right. We can pretty much get into it. We'll have the people listen to the song. Man, that shit hits so deep. Every time I hear, I'm trying to remember the part. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna wait till we get there. We'll wait till we get there because every like I hear that part and like it hits deep, and it that part right there gave me goosebumps every time I hear it because it's definitely relatable and I feel like everyone's talking about it. But enough of me, man. We can get into these lyrics.
Yeah. I never tried to be holy or perfect. I just keep trying to get better each day. Just like the shirts try to be a good person, but temptation still trip me up to this day.
Man.
Um, yeah, that's tough. So I never try to be like I never tried to like tell anybody how to live their life. And like I never want to give advice from a place that I haven't lived through. And I also never want to give like unsolicited advice. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's going through something, I want to just be like, yo, here's what you should do. Like I feel like too many people do that. So I never try to be holy or perfect with anybody. I just try to live my best life and like do the best that I can. And then if that's an inspiration to people, and they, want to better themselves because they see me doing the same, like that's what I feel like I'm here for. And then just like the shirts, try to be a good person. So be a good person is a t-shirt brand that was started in Denver. So it's just a little play on words right there. Just like the shirts, try to be a good person. But temptation still trip me up to this day. It's like no matter how much you try to be the best person you can be, it's gonna be temptation and shit that try to cross you up every single day.
Most definitely. Like what pretty much stood out to me in those bars is trying to get better each day. And whatever that may look like to a different individual, because I feel like it looks different for everyone.
Yeah,
May that be financially, intellectually, emotionally. This is, I believe, what everyone should strive for. Try to get better each day,
facts.
regardless of what that is.
That's it.
Definitely. And these next bars right here.
I say lie to my friends when I tell them I'm fine. Battling demons that stuck in my head. We never ask our people how we're doing. Remember my dog said he wished he was dead. This is kind of like it was for me, but I realize it applies to a lot of people. Every we ask people every day how they're doing, and 9 times out of 10, what do people say? They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, I'm fine."
Yeah, I'm
But
fine.
everybody's dealing with something, bro, whether they want to admit it or not. Like everybody's got something that they're dealing with. And a lot of times it's just easier for us to just be like, you know what, I'm fine. And meanwhile, we're battling these demons that are, that we're dealing with, that's in our heads or whatever the case may be. And then we never ask our people how they're actually doing. Like we say like, oh, how are you? But it's not like,
Yeah,
nah,
I'm
bro,
good.
like nah, bro, like what's going on? Like how's your mental? How's your family? How like that type of asking people how they're doing. And I realized that like one of my homies, he told me one night that he had thought about killing himself. And I
Right.
realized like I had talked to him multiple times, like during his process of going through that, right? But we
Mhm.
never had a conversation about like what he was actually going through. And so I kind of felt like at fault because we never had that below surface level, type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. And you practically said everything I was gonna say. A lot of people just answer like, "Yeah, I'm good, I'm fine," but in all reality, they dealing with something because everyone's dealing with something.
yeah,
And asking like, "Hey, man, how are you actually doing? What's been going on?"
yeah.
That doesn't really get said enough. And like, it's a little different because we're men, so like talking to another man about
Mm,
it and opening up,
yeah,
that's a whole different conversation right there.
man,
And
that's
like,
facts. Big facts.
yeah, it's just tough for us men to open up to our friends who are also male. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that we honestly got to break, and we just got to get used to.
Honestly, yeah, and I'll take it a step further and say, as black men, we were never really taught to like open up about our emotions and feelings and
Facts.
stuff like that, and ask each other. Like we're always taught to be the head of the household. We're taught to be, the alpha males, all that sort of good stuff, which like a lot of us are, right? But we still go through shit. Like we still gotta battle these demons on a daily
Yep,
basis, right? And it seems like the whole world is against us right now. You know what I'm saying?
definitely,
So just like having that safe space and having a friend group or like a social group to where people actually ask you how you're really doing and you can open up to them. Our friends will always say like mental health check. How's everybody's mental doing? Like we won't even ask how are you. It's just like mentally, how are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. But having that is like you can't put a dollar amount on it. It's important though.
definitely. I'm gonna definitely take that a mental health check. I'm definitely gonna take that for myself.
Yep.
Um, it, because me and my older brother Mike, we every time we link up, we have something called CP time, and
Yeah.
I don't know how it came up, but it's like the acronym's like confession time, and
Mm,
like we sit there and we just sit there and talk about our feelings,
mm,
about what we've been going through, dealing with our ladies, our kids, and it's real good. So like people out there that's listening, once you like find someone who you can open up to and actually have those conversations, because it's definitely detrimental to your mental.
yeah. Big facts. That's
Bar,
dope. I'm
bars
gonna
right
take
there.
that too. He wasn't an artist, bro.
Bars right there. Sometimes I a little bust out of retirement. I
You
might
know what
come
I'm
up with
saying?
something here and there.
I ain't mad at you.
And these next ones right here, man.
Yeah, wanted to tell him I've been there before. Wanted to tell him that this should get better and niggas like us learn to storm any weather, but is that the truth? I don't know. Damn.
Damn, that this
Yeah,
is the one that gave me goosebumps because is real. Now I be like thinking like, man, I can get through this, nigga. Like
yeah,
I'm him. I can
yeah,
definitely get through this. But like, think about it. Sometimes burdens, just drag you down. Sometimes you're like, damn, can I actually get through this? Can I make it? Can I weather this storm?
yeah.
So this one's the one that gave me goosebumps right here.
Yeah, and it's basically just letting him know, like after telling me that he's had those thoughts that like I've had them too, other people have had them too. And like we're
You're
always
not
taught to
alone.
be like push that shit down and just get through it. You know what I'm saying? That's like you gotta still go to work, you gotta still do all this shit while you're still
Yeah.
having these thoughts. And it's like niggas like us, we could storm anything, you know what I'm saying? And that's what like
Mm-hmm.
you want to tell people. But like at the end of the day, you go home at the end of the night, you're like, man, this is fucking tough. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can really like storm this weather without help. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just kind of more like society always tells us that, you gotta, toughen through it, stick out through the storm. Um,
Definitely.
but it's not the reality for a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? And it
Definitely.
ends up being too late for some people, you know what I'm saying? To where people just keep telling them, I'll just stick it out, you'll be fine. And then, we never see those people again. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth. And to, I guess, piggyback on what you said, like people don't ask for help, and that's I see it more as a pride thing because people
yeah,
don't want to ask for help. And I just want to let the people know, like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to ask for help.
facts. Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I think we're taught that like not asking for help, or excuse me, that asking for help is a sign of weakness. But
Hmm.
honestly, like asking for help is the biggest sign of courage ever because you're letting people know that you need help with something.
Right, you're being vulnerable.
Being vulnerable is like the biggest form of courage that you can display by being vulnerable and being openly, honest about what you're actually going through.
Facts right there. This is like I swear I'm gonna make a snippet and it's gonna be nothing but jewels going on throughout this whole thing.
Hey, you picked the lyrics, man. You doing it. You did a good job. The most prepared interviewer I have ever been with, worked with. Like you are on top of your shit, Eve. So I appreciate you, dog, for real.
I appreciate it, man. I try. I
Yeah,
try. But let's get into these other lyrics right here.
yeah. Who do I got to be stronger for me when I never seem to be there for myself? Can't pour from a cup if you got nothing to drink.
Mm,
Um, yeah. So the bar before that is like my mom always told me like, be strong, be strong for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
hmm.
Kendrick says it all the time. Who praying for me? Ain't nobody praying for me, right?
For
I'm
me.
always doing all the
Facts.
praying for somebody. Like I'm always hoping the best for people, and it's like sometimes it feels like, well, who's doing that for me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it's kind of saying like you got to have that self love too. You got to pour into yourself before you can pour into anybody else. So like
Definitely.
if you can't pull from a cup if you got nothing to drink, like if you have nothing to give, then like nobody benefits from it. So like before you can pour into other people, you have to pour into yourself. You got to take care of your own mental health. You got to make
Hmm.
sure like your affairs are in order before you can even like be a help to anybody else.
Most definitely. And what is it? So I'm in college now, right? I was in
Mhm.
the military before and then got out, and now I go to college, and I graduate this semester. What? Definitely very excited about it,
Hey, yeah.
and I'm pretty much in a human services degree, so I take a lot of counseling classes.
Yep.
And one thing as a counselor or a therapist or a psychiatrist, one thing they teach you is like self care because you're taking on everyone else's burden,
Yeah.
but you gotta take care of yourself. And like a lot of people get burnt out and like have career fatigue and
Thanks.
things of that nature. So like even if you're not a counselor, like self care is very important. So definitely take care of yourself.
Yeah, facts. I tell everybody you should have one day a week at least where you turn the phone off. You do what you love to do, go to the gym, read a good book, take a bath, cook a good meal, whatever. But you should
Right.
have at least one day out of the week where that's all you do is just pour into yourself.
Definitely, man. That helps a lot. It's tougher when you got kids and a wife.
Oh yeah,
So
for
you
sure.
might have to limit that time to maybe like
Couple
an
hours at least.
hour, yeah, a couple hours maybe. You can get that time in. Tell the wife, hey, take the kids out. I need a little bit of me time.
Yep, I hear you on that. I don't have kids, so I don't know. I don't know the dilemma that y'all be going through, so I won't speak on that. But as long as you can find a little bit of time, man, even if it's like 5 minutes to just meditate, bro, in the
Facts.
car or whatever, or taking a shower. Like, there's like, I think people will easily go to the excuse that they don't have time, but nobody has time, bro. We're all busy. You
Right.
got to make time for the things that are like
Hmm.
are important.
Important to you. Yep.
Really.
Big facts. And these next lyrics right here.
Yeah, to my little brother, just know that it's crazy. Still think about times that I held you as baby. And I know that you taller than me, but that ain't the reason I look up to you lately. This
Mm.
is a dope bar because my little brother, who's now my big brother, he's like he's like 6'8", like
God
yeah,
damn.
18, like 6'8". Like I still whoop his ass. If you watching this, I still whoop your ass. But
Let them know. We gotta let
yeah.
them know.
It's just crazy, like thinking about like I remember the first day like we brought him home from the hospital and like got to hold him for the first time. So I like remember those days he was little and I felt like he was looking up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now he's doing better things than I am. He's got his own business. He was doing really well with sports and all sort of stuff. So it's just basically saying like I know that you're taller than me now, but that's not the reason that I look up to you lately. It's because like you're doing such good things with your life that I wish I would have been doing at your age. So it's basically
Right.
just giving flowers to him, letting him know he's on the right path and that I'm proud of him.
Definitely. But you also got to think of how, when him growing up, him seeing you going through whatever you were going through, him learning from just your experiences made him better off as he was growing up.
Yeah,
So it's probably big thanks to you as well as probably the individuals, your guardians who raised you and everything
yep,
like that.
yep, 100%.
So pretty much those are all the lyrics that stood out to me, man. You got any lyrics that you would like to talk about?
There's one towards the end, or right after I say, let's get back to the music. I say I didn't show love that was never returned. I gave people time that they didn't deserve. I didn't seen too many of my people hurt. I didn't seen too many of my people hurt. And basically all that's saying is like we often like give love that's not returned. We
Mm-hmm.
give people time that that they don't deserve. So it's just I would encourage people to be conscious of how you spend your time, not just how you spend your time, but who you spend your time with. If you feel like
Definitely.
you're not your energy is not being reciprocated in any situation, whatever that is, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a job, whatever the case may be, like your time is precious, is valuable. Like
Yep.
if you have the ability to do it, get out of that situation and focus on yourself because again, like you'll never get the time back that you waste on people that don't see your worth or your value.
Most definitely. And like I've said it on my podcast multiple times that time is the most valuable thing in the world because it's something that you can never get back.
Never.
I I can sit there and I can give someone $20 and I can get $20 back. That's easy. But
Easy.
like
Yeah.
time is too valuable to be wasting on people who don't want to be around you or people that don't even deserve your time.
Yeah, you'll never get that time back. And we're getting to the age, like I don't know how old everybody watching is or whatever, but I feel like myself personally, I'm getting to the age where I'm very conscious of that now. You know what I'm saying? I don't spend time in the circles that I used to spend time with. Not because like I don't love those people or whatever, but it's because like I got things that I want to accomplish. And like if we're not all trying to level up, and like I can hang out with certain people for certain things and so on and so
Definitely.
forth. But if we're not trying to level up, like I just can't spend as much time around you as we might have used to. So
Definitely. I feel that. Like sometimes you gotta, I don't want to say cut off people, but like distance yourself from people so you can level up.
absolutely, and I'm glad you said that because I feel like there's a big like pushing for people to just cut people off that don't think the same as you or that don't are not on the same path as you. I would
Right.
encourage people to like if you can keep those people in your life and learn from them because only hanging out with people that are similar to you is a negative to me because then you never learn and you always have the same group of people. I learn the most from people
Hmm.
who think differently from me, right? Who maybe vote for different people or who
Right.
experience different things than me growing up. That's how I learn as a person. I can't learn everything if I'm always around people who think just like me. So
Uh,
rather than cutting people off, like try to put yourself in their position and learn from their perspective.
Definitely. Definitely. I feel that. Um, you got any other lyrics that you want to talk about, or was that the last one?
Nah, I think that's it. I think you did a really good job of pulling the best ones from that song. So I appreciate that.